My name is Bilal Bin Saqib, and I graduated from the London School of Economics in 2019. My master's was in Social Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And whilst my time at the London School of Economics, I was also very much involved with the student activities. I was also a part-time sabbatical officer. I was the postgraduate officer. And during my time, I got to know about LSE Generate, and I've been a regular attendee at the events of LSE Generate. I think it's a wonderful initiative which is run by LJ and her team. And it really provides discourse that an entrepreneur needs to learn whilst at LSE, with all the events, with all talks that are organized and the funding competitions. It really provides an opportunity from somebody at LSE to really explore their skill sets and ideas. The whole world is suffering from COVID-19, and I was in London. I was speaking to a few friends of mine who were doctors, frontline workers, and they were telling me that after doing a long 16 to 18-hour shift, all they were left with was a vending machine where they could only get a packet of crisps or energy bars, etc., because everything else is at hold. So my co-founders and the founding team came up with this idea of feeding the key line workers, because this is what our religion teaches us, to feed people who are hungry. And it's told that you are amongst the best of the people if you feed the hungry, and especially with these key line workers, the NHS staff who are really at the front line fighting the COVID-19, to make sure that everyone else is safe. I think this was the least that we could do. So I think it has been like any other entrepreneurial venture. It is a roller coaster ride where you have to look after funds, you have to look after stakeholder partnerships, you have to come up with a team, you have to come up with an execution plan, you have to make sure how the whole thing will really flow. So of course it has been our path has been huddled with obstacles, but I think obstacles show you the way of how to do it. And till now, every single day, we have to face a lot of problems, whether it is delivery, because we have to make sure that we are compiling with all of guidelines, food is being packed or the food is being delivered, and then going into hospitals to deliver at a time when everyone is asked to stay home. Again, it takes a lot, to exposing yourself to potential risk of COVID. But you have to do what you have to do in the line of service. So we've had funding issues, we've had issues with deliveries because we had requests from hospitals up and down the country, finding food suppliers who could deliver up in the north, since everything is at a halt and everything shut down. So there were a lot of obstacles, but thank God we've overcome them and did whatever we could in our capacity to make sure we could feed as many people as we can. Of course, with obstacles, there come opportunities. There have been a lot of positives. So we've had a lot of generous donations. LSE Generate was one of the first ones to come on board and to embrace us, to support us. And to them, we got a Santander partnership, a donation from Santander. Innocent Juice was very generous at donating their juices and smoothies. Yakult. So there are a lot of drinks manufacturers, other food manufacturers and corporate sponsors who have come forward to donate their food. Again, it shows that how with this post-Brexit stuff, there's still this sense of community and empathy around. Everyone has just come together and there's a feeling of community where everyone wants to help each other. And then the biggest positive is, of course, on our Instagram and on our Twitter, when we get some feedback or words of appreciation from NHS workers, whether it's the staff, it's the nurses, it's the doctors, ambulance services provided food to police stations. And all of these people have come back with smiles. And I think that's the biggest positive. I think people can supporting us with their time. If they can't support us with their time, they can perhaps donate for a meal, which would really help. They can help us out with deliveries. They can help us out with stakeholder partnerships, with social media. We are always looking for volunteers, and they can go onto our website and sign up. So you can support us by going to 1millionmeals.uk, either by donating or by volunteering, whatever is feasible for you. I think initially it was just a COVID project, but now that we are into this game and we understand this better, we could see where a few strengths and opportunities are and how we can gel them together. So I think this project will turn into a medium after COVID to feed the vulnerable, to feed the homeless, because we've created these partnerships with corporates and food donors. We also are in contact with homeless charities. So once COVID finishes, I think this project will solely work on feeding the vulnerable and the homeless. I think if you are willing to put in 18, 19 hours a day, you tend to find a lot of time and like-minded people who have the will and the resilience, and if you are willing to sleep on the couch for a few weeks to get it up and running, because this is how it is done, especially you have to fail forward, fail fast so you can learn stuff. And this is the only way, by putting in all time, effort, and sweat. And that is what it took from all of the co-founders to make this up and running. So my tip again would be you have to just go out and grab it and do it. What is the worst? It might not work, but hey, you still got the experience, didn't you? And that is what is invaluable. I think sometimes we think too much, we feel too much, and we spend a lot of time in thinking and strategizing. I think, especially in the moment of crisis, it's about situational leadership, whoever gets up and gets going. So if you have an idea, I think you have to do it to really find out. There is nothing like a failure. Either you win or you learn. I don't see things as failures. Let's not get by analyzing stuff too much. So my piece of advice is, if you want to do something, just get on with it and do it. I think perception is a beautiful thing. It makes you see whatever you want to. So even in the difficult of times, if you think that there must be an opportunity here, with adversity comes opportunity, then you'll definitely find an opportunity, and not just find it, but find a way to capitalize on that as well.